Okay, how to draw the value and the shadow to the arm. So before we I prepare some drawings in 2-point perspective, letter A, R, M, right? And I position in such way so I can have much more shadow drawn without cutting, but still I realize there are some parts that's going to be cutted. So whole point is, if you have a horizon line, if your letter is standing, I'm looking at this from the side. Let's make this one a little bit. No, that's fine. So let's say this is a vanishing point, and there's a light. Then what happens is it's going to continue, and then there are parts that this line will meet, right? And that will be the end of the shadow. Okay, so this corner and that corner hitting will meet here. And where it also ends, you can determine by VP or any light source. It could be light. As long as light is moving, you can change the shadow vanishing point, right? And if you continue VP1, and then you will see that where it's going to end. It's about here, following this line, and then this will meet here. Okay, so mostly it will end about that line. So if I do this, right, good, that line should meet the corner here. Vanishing point, cutting. So this is the top, light is coming down and then hitting this point, and then draw the shadow over here. So your M, shadow for this M, will be here. Now question is how we can determine all this in between. So all establish the bottom parts. So you extend the line, right? So this is the parts, and then if you connect this part from the light source over here, and then this is where, oh, I gotta make it a little bit darker, I cannot see, right? And that will be the parts that's for this, right? And now this part is a continuation here, and then this line will hit this point and there, and then you connect this parts to here, right? And then I connect the vanishing point to this part, and then continue, and see this part. If I connect that to there, and then pass through, then this is the point that this shadow will meet. Okay, so this M, bottom part of the M, will be here. Okay, then top parts should be aligned with this bottom, and where we already established this, right? Then this is the corner of this. Then all you have to do is connect those two, and then you establish the M, end of M, the shadow for that part. And this is the end, so you connect this part to over there, and then this will be the M shadow, right? But here's the important part. In fact, this may look like, this follow the shape. But important thing is, you need to actually project the back of the side for this one. So in reality, if the light is here, you're not gonna see, because, and if I continue the end, the M will meet over here, right? So back of the M, the tunnel, that this triangle. So if I connect that point, and actually, where? It's going to be ended up here, right? So dilemma is, you're not going to see these, right? Because it's in the back. So should we just destroy it and push it back further in, right? Because if I continue this, the back is this one, right? Good. I hope you understood what I meant. But visually, why we create it this way? Because it looks better, right? But in reality, it's not so correct, right? And then if I connect this part, what happened? This will be connected to here, right? And then if I continue from here, so just for the visual sake, to make the drawing more interesting, we just sacrifice the reality of it, okay? And then you connect this part. The bottom, you extend it, right? And then, see this middle part, you continue the middle part, and this is where your circles will go, okay? And this corner is where? There, right? Okay. And if I can extend from the vanishing point 1, right? And this is the middle part. So if I connect that to here, then this is the parts that's gonna round up, okay? And this corner, connect, and then this is where this circle will end, okay? Now you can see R. Okay, so there's your R. So same thing, it looks better because we are seeing the letter R and M in the shadow, but reality, if you follow the back shadow, you're not going to see this hole. Okay. All right, now we're going to continue. So if to see this more, and let's say your isoc is here, then this is truly correct. But the important thing is you're not going to see everything here. It's going to extend much further down and go on and on because it's so long. I need a huge paper to show everything, right? So just to understand the concept, right, that's how it goes. So this is the end. And we will establish the top parts, right? And then what happens is this part goes there and that part goes connected to there, okay? All right, now, so we need to establish this. To establish this, draw the vertical line, come down, and that's the line that you connect. Vertical line, come down. And so these points you continue. That point you continue. And where? That's going to be meeting with this one. Okay, here. Right? And that's the parts that's going to be connected. Okay. So without connecting this to there, if I do this, and then see that it meets. See that? It's over here, and then coming down. And a little bit off. And that's the line that meets here, right? So this tilted angle, so it's getting smaller, so it's hard to manage. So in perspective, if the paper is big and if you can extend the vanishing points to side, then everything become much more convenient. But without big paper, because I can only use this small, right? It becomes very inconvenient, right? Bring the line down, and then this is the parts that your point A will meet. So there. Okay. If I continue this, right there. If I continue this, there, and so I need this point, right? So maybe I'll do the A separately some other occasion, right? If I continue that, right, that's the line. So if I connect that to here, then this is the opening of this small triangle here. Okay, so your A is over here, there, there, right? So if I start shading, so again, we just create a visually pleasing the shadow using these letters. Okay. And this backside will be getting dark too, right? So again, to recap this, if I really want to do more real, logically correct shadow, then what I'm going to do is I draw the thin layer of the ARM first, and then I'm probably going to bring it out and then start cutting the shadow out. Probably I'll use a thin layer and then extend the thickness. Okay, so that means I'll probably bring this out, right, and then creating the true M here, right? Okay, so I hope you understood what I meant. Okay, then see what happens. Good. All right, that's how you do adding shadow to the 2-point perspective letters.